Hey everyone, welcome to the latest couple chat. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Vegan prepper. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Vegan prepper. Okay, now we are filming now. Oh my gosh. He thought he was smiling. He wasn't smiling. So my cheeks hurt. Like laughing so hard over here.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, that is basically your face, isn't it?
It's weird. My mouth just moves up when I smile.
Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome to this couple chat.
If you're still watching, we have things to say today.
Yeah, I was poking fun at him because I was like, ah! And he's just like, actually, I will give you some credit. At the very end of the little intro there, your eyebrows went up like 1/8 of an inch. You were like, enthusiasm. Basically, it was awesome. It was like Vulcan level enthusiasm. It was like,
Vulcans can be very enthusiastic. Every 7 years. Just look it up, guys.
now I'm
what
like,
talking about.
let's pause, because if that's what's happening, then see you later. Bye. Okay, what am I talking about? Our kids are in the other room. Anyway, all right. Hi, everyone. For real this time. So here we are. We're back talking. We had a little hiatus. Basically, we have had a month of sick kids.
Yeah.
Right? It was 3 weeks to a month. Sick kids, just craziness erupting everywhere, and yeah. So originally it was sage, but that was totally different. That was like a food poisoning issue
stomach
or
bug thing
stomach
or
bug. She was sucking rocks outside, and I think she got some she was picking them up out of puddles and like sucking, and I was like, don't, because the rocks themselves are a choking hazard, of course. But anyway, regardless, we don't need to get into all the messy details. It was messy. It was very messy. So she got
so many messy details.
She got to the doctor, got some medicine, and she is better. So yay. So that happened. And then right after that, I will say, and I don't want to talk about it a lot. This is like, because it's like one of those things where I don't, it's just like, just because we make videos doesn't mean that everybody has the right to all of the private details of our lives. So certain things I don't really want to talk about, but I will say, just very briefly, both of our boys got the big C. I guess I won't say it out loud. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but they did. Both of them got the big C. And it was first the older one, then the second one got it right away. So we are actually at the very tail end of our isolation now. And so the interesting part is, and I wasn't even going to say anything. I was honestly not going to tell anyone because nothing happened. Everyone was fine. All right. So I wasn't even going to say anything. But with what has gone down just in the last hour or two before we posted, or we decided earlier we were going to do the video, we only just now got to. And so within the last hour or two, our president has come down with mandates for vaccinations and saying a lot of really nasty things specifically about unvaccinated people. And so
He doesn't like us.
if y'all are still watching the channel, you know how we feel about mandates. We've already covered that. Don't worry, this is not going to be a political video. But like I said, the only reason we're even mentioning it is because it's really interesting. It's like our oldest boy got it. Within a day, our youngest boy got it. It was like instant. And so we have been up in this house with these two, not really isolating, just because it's not really possible. I have to take care of my kids. I'm not going to be go off into a room by yourself and I'll slide food to you on a tray or what am I supposed to do? I'm their mother. I'm going to take care of them. And neither one of us had a single symptom. And we just got tested and we are negative. And we are very strongly believing that we had it last year. Yeah. And so it was back before tests were available. So we weren't able to get tested last year, but we experienced an illness unlike anything either one of us has ever experienced before, and we both had the exact same symptoms. Basically right when everything was blowing up, but before tests were available. And so we feel like we had it last year, and so we are negative. We never had a single symptom. And we had it in our house for like 2 weeks, so.
All up in our faces for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and like we've been hanging out together at night, watching TV shows, like having fun, trying to keep it lighthearted and positive, because stress is an immune killer like nothing else. So maintaining positivity is more, it's not just a Pollyanna thing. I feel like, I don't know, like I get angry about it sometimes too, because I know that people look at me and think that I'm like stupid or I'm like flaky, but like we've talked about this before, my positive demeanor is actually like on purpose. I feel like it defends against so much out there. Anyway, stress is a killer. Happiness isn't. So I'm not going to be stressed if I can help it. So anyway. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a little detail. I didn't even want to share that. Maybe at some point we will talk about everything in more detail. I feel like every time I sit normally, I'm getting cut off now. Anyway.
I am. Gosh.
Should we fix it again? Or
I was joking.
oh, okay. You're joking? Okay, I'm gonna laugh at your joke. What? Wait till I stop actually laughing. I laughed at your joke. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So that came down, and so everything went through. We were fine, and we just tested negative. We didn't catch it. We didn't have a single symptom. So I don't know. It's like.
Take from that what you will.
Yeah, I'm not, and again, I'm not even forming conclusions myself. But to me, it would seem that we had maybe potentially some sort of natural immunity that protected us. I don't know, what else could it have been?
Really good AC filters. You have terrible AC filters. They're
really not good. So anyway, regardless, like I said, and I'm not trying to start a debate or be political or whatever, but this is what has gone down in our house. This is why I haven't been posting quite as much. Actually, my black bean video, I was like, the rehydration of the black beans, and I was like, which one rehydrates better? I made that video because I was starting to go insane. And I was like, I gotta do something that is not cooking and cleaning and making remedies and doing diffuser stuff and cleaning the kitchen. Did I mention cleaning and doing dishes and cleaning the kitchen? I need to do something else. Okay, so 5 people home all the time. It's a mess. He's been helping. Don't think he hasn't been helping, but yeah. Even with help.
I've been helping make messes, yes.
Even with help, it's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, it's just been busy in our house, but everything has been fine. We are fine. It's really interesting, though, watching this whole thing go down.
Yep.
I'm going to put the words right there, what I was just quoting. What he said. The thing that really, like, struck me, and especially in light of what we have just been through in our house, that we did not get it.
Yeah.
We're not catching it. We're not spreading it. So, we're not drawing conclusions. We're just going to see what happens. And hopefully people don't get too pissed about us sharing what happened to us. But if they do, okay. I have the 4, remember I've done the 4 agreements. What's up there? Read the 4 agreements. Anyway, all right, cool.
All right.
But
something else.
I do still want to share the zinc thing because it's helpful. And now that you've been playing with my bookmark, because we already did 1 take, and I was like, no, we shared too much. I don't want to talk about all that stuff. I don't want to talk about every dirty detail of our lives on YouTube, but I will share that. So sage, not my daughter, the plant, Salvia, what is it? Salvia officinalis. Just culinary sage, excellent traditional remedy for sore throats. You can use it with or without honey, depending on how strictly vegan you are. But lemon definitely helps sore throat. It's just generally helpful for drying up any kind of excess congestion. So there's many things about it that are great. I'm not saying that this is like a cure for the big C by any means. I'm about to share the real reason I'm talking about it, but just in case you end up with it and you have like a sore throat or something, that it also happens to help with that. But zinc. So zinc is really important. Vitamin D is really important. Zinc is really important for immune health. And I have to share, just because who knows, with numbers climbing, of which our boys were two of the new cases in Arizona were our boys.
Try to pitch in wherever we can.
Yeah, we got to just, make sure that we're helping out. The numbers climbing, and people are going to start freaking out. They're going to start buying stuff. They're going to start, because I remember like at the height of the original pandemic, that zinc was impossible to find. Personally, for me, I just could not find it. It was out everywhere I was going. And so this is something my friend came across, and it was just really interesting, and I wanted to read it. Again, I'm not forming conclusions, but one of the symptoms is a loss of smell and or a loss of taste. And she came across this when she was reading in this book, The Gift of Healing Herbs by Robin Rose Bennett, one of my absolute favorites. This is the other one too that you have to get. It's amazing. So here we go. Here's a less well-known use of sage. My mother lost her sense of smell, and with it, most of her enjoyment of food. This was published long before 2020. This is just discussing other things. I investigated and was told to try giving her zinc supplements, as zinc deficiency can sometimes be the cause of the problem of the loss of smell. I decided to recommend sage tea as her zinc supplement because sage is really rich in zinc. She drank 1 cup of sage tea daily, made by infusing 1 teaspoon of dried sage in boiled water for about 10 minutes. She had been suffering with this loss of smell for over a year, and doctors had been unable to help her or determine the cause. After 3 weeks of sage tea, her sense of smell returned, never to disappear again. Hooray! The hooray was in the book. That wasn't my hooray. But anyway, so just as an FYI, if stuff happens again, if you can't find vitamin C, I think I already made a video about it. I don't see it. It's not on my shelf right in the front, but camu powder is a great source of vitamin C if you suddenly can't find vitamin C supplements. And then if you can't find zinc supplements, get yourself some sage, because it works as far as a zinc supplement as well. So that's all I'm going to say about that. That's it.
Cool.
That's it. That's all you get. I'm kidding. We're still talking about stuff. Okay. I'm just so happy to be here. It's like doing something other than all the things I was just saying. So anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what? My overly enthusiastic man.
What's going on in the old garden?
Oh yeah, the garden. So everything's dying. So basically, we've installed the strip system.
I have installed the strip system.
Well, yeah, it was at my request, but
I take all the blame for its failures, though.
I don't know. We don't know. I mean, I haven't been outside watching anything. It's like that's what they always say. The most important tool a gardener has is your shadow. Your most important tool, meaning at least once a day your shadow should be hitting your garden to ascertain issues and problems. And I haven't been doing that. Granted, I've been busy, but I don't know. And I was seeing corn drying, and we're growing a kind of corn that I'm growing on purpose for popcorn, or actually cornmeal. And so I was like, sweet, it's already drying, because you pick it when the whole stalk has dried. So even though I've been seeing occasionally through the window dying corn stalks, I thought that it was just like the plant going through its cycle. This is the most success I've ever had with corn. Gorgeous, gorgeous corn. I've never grown corn this gorgeous before. and it looks like it's all dead now. I've lost it, but I didn't get a single ear of viable corn. So we've started the water again. It might come back. I'm really concerned about my pepper plants because those are where I was hoping would become perennials. So those are very wilty. Even the jalapenos are wilty, and those are the ones that I'm like, because they were perennials, and hopefully they come back. I don't know. We got resilient plants. We've had a lot of rain. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah. But even if it's not, well, I don't know.
I figure that the pepper plants survived last summer, and
that was the hottest summer we had on record. Well, that was the jalapenos.
Oh, you mean the
bell peppers? Okay. The bell peppers are the biggest, most beautiful bell peppers I've ever grown either. And I was like all set that they would become perennials, and it looks like they're about to die as well. Possibly, maybe they'll come back. I'm gonna be laying hands on them. I'm praying over my bell pepper plants. Like I'm probably gonna dig some stuff into the ground, some worm castings, probably throw some moringa in there, and try to make absolutely sure that we got some good stuff going in there. But yeah, it's just a failure of the drip system again. We've had a lot of problems with it. It's been a very steep learning curve.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been constant repairs. Main problem is that I put it in when it was already getting really hot. So big projects outside in the summertime here are difficult because it's so hot. So I did kind of a abbreviated install, and it's all above ground. So I didn't anticipate how many problems that was going to cause. Basically, the black hoses get so hot that they become so pliable that all the fittings pop out of them, or break, or undo themselves, or fall apart.
Yeah, and we tried to kind of mulch over them and cover. Like, it wasn't just leaving them. There was covering over top, but it just comes off. It doesn't stay on.
Systems are basically designed to be underground, and it's above ground. So yeah, we've had kind of constant flooding in the backyard from ends popping off and all the water going out the break in the line, because it's on a timer. We've got it set to run twice a day, or 3 times a day now. So yeah, it'll be out there running for 2 hours with all the water going out into a place we don't want it. And so,
which breaks my heart, because part of this was to save water.
Correct. Not blow 200 gallons
the overhead. I used to do overhead watering like 2 or 3 times a day. So the drip system will use less water than that.
As long as the water goes where it's supposed to go.
That's terrible to me. I'm like, oh, all this water being wasted. That's like my like I'm in the desert and I yell about other people wasting water, and we've got water going in our yard. Oh, that just like, oh, I hate that. So yeah, we've got to fix it for sure. But this last issue was it was after another break. Yep. Something broke, but it was by the house this time.
Yeah. It was an anti-siphon valve.
Okay.
It's basically designed to make sure that water from the line can't go back up into the main line on the faucet. But it got stuck in the open position, and it was blowing water straight out of it.
Yeah, I think luckily we caught that one really fast.
Pretty quick.
Because I heard I heard the water running pretty fast, because that's like the hose is right outside of our bedroom window, and so I was hearing all this water, and I was like, what on earth? And I looked, and there was a puddle outside. So, oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, I should have been checking, but from that, then you put it in the regular position, but then somehow, even though it wasn't technically off, it was still in the open position, but somehow
the valve just didn't
not going through the line.
Or something. Yeah.
So it's been like 2 weeks that the garden has not been getting water. So I think the kind of surprising and shocking thing is that not everything is dead.
Yes.
But we have had some rain, but also I have done a lot of work out there making our garden extremely water retentive. And so, actually not even all the corn is dead. So 2 weeks, absolutely no water except for maybe like a couple of things of rain. But the thing is with rain, it's not like a lot of rain. Not like rain other people get. Like it drizzles, you know. And it's dry here and it dries really fast. So I'm actually kind of, for one, my takeaway on this is our garden does do a really good job of holding onto water.
Yeah.
Stuff is still absolutely alive out there. I think it will come back once we start having water. And then, yeah, we just have to, I guess being you and Thad, the boys can get out there and dig. I can help dig too. But I guess we only have so many shovels. But, yeah, put that in the ground and do it again. And you know what? Honestly, even if my peppers die, I've done it once. I can do it again.
Yeah.
We'll just plant new peppers. It'll be fine. Yeah. We'll get through it.
I'm going to price out redoing the entire thing with PVC. Just put it in the ground and have it a permanent thing.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about it ever again.
Yeah. Right. Especially now that we're kind of heading into cooler months.
Yep.
Hopefully. And we'll be able to get that down. And I was just talking to you the other day too that we got to get out there and clear some of the beds for planting for fall and winter coming up as our main planting season. So.
Yep.
It looks like our corn bed is clear. I can plant stuff there. So that's awesome. We'll just make it work there. But yeah, I just thought it was funny because when you talk about kind of the gardening woes and the issues that we're becoming, you know, facing out there, and it's like, you know, there's so much about building resiliency, I think, tied up in that. So we've been talking lately about building resiliency. And how it seems like, for the most part, at least as far as what we can see, not that we're trying to be judgmental, but just like looking around, it just doesn't seem like we have a very resilient population in our country anymore.
Nope.
Or like people who have maybe like a growth mindset, you know, that's like a entrepreneurial buzzword type thing. But, you know, always focusing on a solution, always focusing on the next thing. So like even, you know, even if, okay, fine, I lost all my corn again this year. Fine. This is like the third year in a row, 0 success with the corn. But I got closer than I've ever gotten this year. Next year, we get me some dang corn. Okay. And then yeah, even if the peppers die, we'll just plant it again. It's fine. We got it. I know that those spots work.
Yep.
So anyway, if they get watered, it works. So yeah, just like trying to be resilient and roll with the punches and sort of take what life gives you and
learn from your mistakes and move past them.
Right. Be solution oriented, not problem oriented. Which is like another reason, like sometimes it's so funny, like I feel like I'm a weird like pariah in the prepping community. Maybe not pariah. That's not the right word. A weird, I don't know, like offshoot, I guess, of like prepping. Well, for one, I'm vegan. And then for two, just like I'm very solution oriented, which is why I don't engage in a lot of the draw. Like I will be aware of what's going on, but like even with this presidential mandate thing coming down, I don't want to have some video of me complaining about it for 30 minutes. Nobody needs that. Just sort of like, we'll wait and see what's going to go down, and then kind of comment on it maybe briefly and as we move forward. But it's like I don't have a solution for that. So I'll move on to something I can control or something I can potentially posit a solution for. So you don't ever say, and that's the thing too, like with the boys, I'm always like, no, we don't say what we can't. What can you do? What can you do? All right, let's work for that then. So you always figure out what can you do. Just, yeah, gosh, it's crazy to me though. It's like really difficult, I think, for a lot of people. This conversation started because we saw a video pop up on the feed on YouTube on the TV. We were watching TV the other night. There was a whole video on how to build resiliency. It was like, oh my gosh.
Do hard things many times.
Precious little lambs
success.
Need a video to teach them how to build resiliency. It's like, my goodness. But it's like you were talking, and I thought it was really good. Like you were talking about our lives today. I'm trying to bait you so that you'll talk.
I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah.
That's what he said. So you say.
Our lives are no longer designed to, or set up in a way that we do build resiliency. There's always a solution that people look to for someone else to solve, or, you know, if you don't know how to do something, you can Google it. You can, everything's kind of easy. Not that everything is always easy. I know that people struggle with things, and things are hard sometimes, but, you know, 100 years ago, if you didn't get water in your farm, you didn't have any food.
Right.
And you better be set up for that eventuality, because eventually, sometime, some year, you're going to have a drought and you're not going to have food. And if you didn't set some stuff aside, then you were going to learn a really hard lesson.
Right.
But now, if you know your car manufacturer doesn't sell enough cars, the government will just give you a couple $2 billion to help out. You know.
Yeah, or everybody gets the participation trophy, or like.
It's like there's always like a pat on the back, even if you don't do well.
That's like who you had. Never mind. We probably shouldn't talk about that. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, we can talk about it. Go ahead. That is like one of the examples that I thought of.
So I'm in management now, and I had an employee come to me, and he asked. He said, "Do I have the reputation for standing around a lot?" And I said, "Yes, you did." And he looked shocked by the fact that I had said that. And as I said to him, "Well, I'm not going to tell you that you're doing a great job if you're not doing a great job." I said, "I have people come to me every single day and tell me that you're standing around. And I see you standing around. So I'm not going to tell you you're doing a great job. Tell you that you're not doing a great job so that you will improve."
Mm-hmm.
And he started working to improve.
Yeah.
But yeah, the look on his face when I said, "Yeah, absolutely, you have a reputation for standing around," he was just like, "I can't believe you said that."
Yeah.
Like, well, why wouldn't I say that? It's true.
You probably get that face a lot, though.
Probably.
I can't believe you say that.
Yes.
Face.
I'm the manager that says things.
Yeah. Well, and the husband who says things.
Yeah.
And the dad who says things. I'm
Sure.
the friend who says things. We have learned in this house, you do not ask him. Unless you want to know. Because he will say it. But yeah, it's good though. I love it. I love that. So.
Yeah, people want an easy answer. They want a high five or whatever. I don't know. It's like people aren't going to get any better if everything is always done for them, or if they're always coddled.
Yeah, and it's like a certain, now granted, nothing like debilitating. Definitely there's people who go through things, but at the same time, people who go through things, like, have to have this mentality. It's not like once you've been a victim, now you're a victim the rest of your life. That's the thing that I see in our society, and that's the thing that really draws me up short personally, especially as somebody who is a past victim. I'm a victim of child abuse in my background, and I ended up getting taken away from my parents. I was raised by my grandma. I went through a lot of really horrific things as a kid, but my grandma was resilient too, and so maybe, you know, I was very fortunate that I got a different mindset. But it was like, I don't know, it's like just because you go through horrible things and you're victimized at one point does not mean that you're a victim for the rest of your life. You can rise above. It might be more difficult for you in certain areas. And that's true. So let's go ahead and explain it. Let's have the explanation of, okay, I went through all of this childhood trauma. I need help or whatever. But ultimately the story can be different. But don't let it be an excuse. So like there's a difference between an explanation and an excuse. And I think the whole of society ends up running rampant with excuses, and it's like, come on.
Why I didn't succeed.
Yeah, this is why. And they blame this other thing, and it's like,
instead of saying I succeeded in spite of this, and you can too, yeah, people were saying, well, someone hurt my feelings one time, so that's why I can't get a job.
It's like the supervillain thing, right?
Yeah.
Like we've talked about this a lot too, like in movies, where it's like, I don't know what it is about movies now. Every supervillain, you get their sob story.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't care about your sob story as soon as you decide to blow up a city full of people. I don't care. I don't care what happened to you in your childhood. As soon as you decide to go off and start hurting people, no more sympathy from me. I'm done. Yeah. It doesn't even matter. Your origin story does not matter if you become a villain. It's like if you stay a victim long, that's another one of my little trite sayings. You stay a victim long enough, you will turn into a villain. You will. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta overcome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, like the generation of people who came up with the saying, suck it up. It's like, look up the origin of the saying, suck it up. I think about that. And I think too, actually maybe this is going to segue nicely into the next topic. I think too of, the people that came before us. And I am definitely not glorifying the past. Believe me, I do not want to live in the past, okay? I'm a woman and I like my freedom. I don't want to live in the past, okay? I don't know, somebody like we do have a joint checking account. Like everything of ours is shared. But I guess in the past it would have been like you would have had only your name on everything. I wouldn't have had access to anything.
I'd give you some cash in the morning and say, go get me some groceries, babe.
Yeah. You'd expect a clean house. You'd be like, what were you doing all day? Only now that you've had your second quarantine in the house, you're like, oh.
Just trying to do anything. I was like, I got a week off. I can accomplish like 100 things. Nothing done. Accomplished nothing.
It's our life, man, with a 3-year-old and kids, and it's crazy how little gets done. But anyway, no, I think it's also kind of amazing how much does get done.
Yeah.
This is where you start praising me a lot.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Thank you. Do I do a good job?
Mm-hmm.
See? If I wasn't, he would say. He would. But yeah. Gosh, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I'm not glorifying the past by any means. I like the fact that I have options now, and also everyone. It's not just white people, for instance, who have opportunities. You know, it's everybody gets to have opportunities now. Whether everything is 100% perfect or not, whatever. Anyway, there's a lot of good stuff about living now, but sometimes I guess it is true that it's like things are too easy, and then people don't develop any kind of their own skill. They don't develop any of their own resiliency. But yeah, lately I've been so I like to think about people who came before and the kinds of things that they have gone through. A lot of times, like when I think that my life is so hard, I will like read stories of things that have gone on in the past, and I kind of get a perspective shift. How easy my life is, even with past trauma or whatever. Even with all of the junk that's in my past, and it's like, you know what? I actually have a really good, easy life. Honestly, I do. And yeah, I don't know. It like gives you motivation to continue. It's like, people used to put up with a lot more than this, but that doesn't mean that you like roll over and accept bad things. You still work to improve your life,
right? But
you do it from a position of wanting to just work to improve your life, not, my life sucks. I wish, I don't know.
Yeah.
Stop wishing, start doing. Anyway. So, lately it's funny, like my distraction these last few weeks, and it also has been, well, I love the Townsend's YouTube channel. If you guys haven't checked out Townsend's, I feel like there's a lot of overlap with prepping and historical reenactment. And so I've been like obsessively looking at historical reenactment, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be a historical reenactor. So this is going to be great. So if I wasn't weird enough in the prepping community, wait till I show up as a vegan wanting to do historical reenactment and be like, yeah, I'm going to do a historical reenactment, but I don't want leather. Just like, so it's not, I don't know. I'm actually puzzling through that right now, even though I understand that people in history were not vegan.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like reenact a vegan person in the past, but I still would love to participate in that and learn the skills and do the thing. You know, like I already spin my own yarn. I'm in the middle of a big weaving project right now. I'm weaving on my little loom I have. I've got, you know, I do so much of that stuff already, and I've thought about it before. Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't know. Maybe like once we kind of move forward, it's something that is just so interesting to me. I'd love to set up. You could be the blacksmith, right? And I could be your wife doing the spinning and the weaving and all that. We could have an awesome booth. We could have the coolest booth ever in the history of all historical reenactment booths. I can do my herbs, like herbal stuff, and yeah, I'm trying to figure it out now. So we got to see how could we do it, like according to our own ethics. And I know people would be like, they might be kind of pissy about accuracy or whatever, but
yeah,
I don't know. There's tons of stuff, like our morals and our ethics have changed.
Yeah.
They have. Like, we don't like slavery anymore either.
Correct. We would not be using slavery
right.
to be accurate.
Like, that's horrific. It's a horrific practice.
Yeah.
And everybody nowadays should feel that way. I hate to shit on people, but on that, you should feel that way. So, like, there's so many things back then that were like morally, there were different morals then. Or even like we briefly touched on freedom for women. You know, like most of us believe those things now. And so even though you're historically reenacting, sorry, I got like a frog in my throat. Like Grogu over here. Frog in my throat. Anyway, but yeah, like we have different morals now, so I would love to see if I could navigate that. Maybe eventually. We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of been my latest thing. I've been binging Townsend's. I go through these little stints where I binge nothing but the Townsend's YouTube show, and everybody's like, I don't care about food preservation in the 17th century, and I'm like, it's so interesting. So anyway,
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, as far as a survival kind of idea, it's like you can do something with absolutely nothing.
Right, and I think learning the survival skills is a huge part of that for me. Is doing it and learning those old world skills, and you know, like again, morally we are a different people, but that doesn't mean that you get rid of everything that was good just because there was some that was really bad.
Yeah, you
know, it's still good to be self-sufficient, right? It's good to have those skills. So I want to continue learning those skills. I would love to do it in a historical reenactment type setting. I think it would be so fun. I would have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, could be cool.
Could be cool. All right. That's enthusiasm, huh?
Yep.
I'm going to do that to you for the rest of your life now. I'll just go. It's enthusiasm. Okay. All right. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Kids are getting crazy.
Probably time
to head out and see.
Or something.
We need to watch our next episode of King Eternal Monarch. We are going through that on Netflix right now. We've watched it before. It's a Korean show. It's excellent. The show's amazing. So, yeah. We need to watch our next episode.
True that.
Super exciting. No eyebrows? Not even eyebrows on that? Okay. All right. So I don't even know what the point of sharing. I don't know. It's just like a personal funny thing. Historical reenactment. Does anybody who watches do it? Like, could you like give us tips on like how to get started and stuff? I don't even know how you even get started. You have to like choose a time period and go.
Make friends with nerds.
We already do that.
True.
They're the wrong kind of nerds. We need different
too many
kinds
science
of
fiction nerd friends.
We need
and not
different nerds.
Weird old friends.
Well, we do the Renaissance Festival like every single year for our oldest son's birthday. That's what we do every year for like 9 or 10 years or something. We've been doing it forever. We didn't do it last year because it was closed. So I don't know if it's going to be closed this year or not. But yeah, so we've always been interested in all that stuff. But no, I think I'm getting old enough now. I'm like, you know what? I don't care if it's stupid. I want to do it. I don't care what people think. But yeah, anyway, all right, that's it. I guess it's just like a little window into our lives and just a little chat about some of the stuff that's been on our minds. Do you have anything else to say? Or do you?
I think it's not.
You think it's not. I love you. You're so funny. Okay. Anyway. Okay then. I guess that's it. So as always, gosh, 40 minutes again. I can't believe how long these get. But you know, we chat. One of these days we'll have the technology. We could do like live streaming and like actually chat with you guys while we are doing our chat. I think that would be kind of fun. You have to set up a time that doesn't interfere with anyone else and does not interfere with Marauder Mondays, because Marauder Monday is my live stream. I attend pretty much no matter what.
Yes.
Except for the Monday that it was my son's birthday and I was doing a party instead. I was not there that time, but yeah, Marauder Mondays with Magic Prepper is like my Monday night thing. I neglect everybody in the house and I just do chat and stuff. So if anybody wants to check it out or come hang out with me, that would be awesome. And check out Magic Prepper. He's got a lot of really good content. Yeah, okay, that's it for real this time. As always, look at him looking at me like, is it really it? It's so hard for me to say goodbye. I love doing this so much. It's like, I know they're not there, but I like feel like they're there. It's really hard for me to, it's like trying to, like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay. All right. So as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later.
See ya.
No, you hang up.